So welcome back everyone here to another week on the farm. The sun's out, the sky is mostly blue. It's early in the morning here now. Sower's on, so we're getting ready to go sowing. A few changes here now. We have the calves moved, so all the lads off milk are now in this shed for about a week or so till we cut some grass, and then we can let them back out. So they're all looking well, they're all in together now. So I think there's 30 something here in this shed so far, and then the remaining 20 are in the other shed, still on milk. So I'm going to give them a bit of meal here now. They're absolutely flat out eating meals. So we have some rolled oats and we have a bit of rolled barley, and then they have their calf crunch as well. So all while eating plenty of hay, straw and everything else in between. So we'll get these trucks topped up and yeah, get going for the day. Here's the other group of calves now. So some nice bios in here and girls. So they're all flat out at the moment. So I'm going to give them their milk here now. So I'll feed them in the first one. Just open up them two gates and they'll be happy out. These really probably should be nearly off milk now, but yeah, a few crackers here now in this pin. But yeah, right, let's get feeding, let's get sowing, let's get finished. And then there's also just two smaller lads over here, just to give them a bit of a chance. They're in on their own. Last day of drilling for the spring corn this year. So dad's just giving it a run of the disc forward. Sown out, absolutely lovely. So we're tram lining, so there's our pre-emergence markers there. You can see there, blue line is tram line. Some screen split, we're nearly out of seed. So we're trying to get some seed. So drill is working well. It's a high output drill, so cover a lot of ground. I think I do 6 acres an hour on this generally. If you're in a bigger field, you'll do a bit more. If you're in smaller fields, you might do slightly less, but generally give or take 6 acres. So I'm just going to run this seed out now because I want to know exactly how much is in it. So I'm just going to run it out, and that we'll be able to put in 2 bags, we'll be able to put in a ton. So it'll be grand, keep going for a good while then with that. But yeah, dust is rising, drone is charging. So we'll get out, we'll put the drone up for you to get a bit of footage. And yeah, hopefully, I think we're in for a few nice days. The work's getting done, it's great. Great to be able to do this at your leisure, not worry about a shower coming or anything like that. So this spring barley is for feed, for animal feed. We don't grow any malting or any of that. I don't think it's worth it in the long run, so we just grow for feed and primarily probably straw. So hopefully this will get a good kick off. Now I didn't put fertilizer on this in the seed bed. I will come back and I'll put it on top of it, a bit of compound, and there'll be a bit of nitrogen to go on top of it then as well. So yeah, hopefully it'll get a good establishment there. There's still plenty of moisture in the ground, even though it's dry. It's dry on top, it's damp underneath. So there's plenty of moisture for that seed to take hold, and hopefully get a good start. And yeah, hopefully it'll be the start of a good crop. Getting into the small corner now. Perfect dry in here now, in fairness. We should get to roll this tomorrow. Hopefully it's quite a few stones, just one particular spot, not big ones, just, well yeah, big ones do damage to the combine, but they roll down, so we should get a roll. But the wheat here is looking really well. It's looking clean crop of wheat. We'll have a quick gander at that before we leave. The grain wheat, in fairness, seems to be it's a lot cleaner than the champion wheat. The champion wheat is it's a little bit on the dirty side there, but I don't know. Must be just the variety. It's just a bit susceptible to disease more so than the grain. But yeah, it should be alright. It's not any major cause for concern. So we've got just a 6-acre field here, and we're just nearing the end of it now. It gets slow when you get into this short corner here, especially with this trail drill. Should be alright. Hold. Yeah. The auto steer. But yeah, it just takes long with this drill in the short corner, so that shouldn't be too bad either. But yes, this variety is I don't know what it is. I think it's Jardine, is it called? Just picked it. No reason or rhyme behind it. Kind of what we could get. So anyway, we get it in. This is the last field of barley now, or not? This last farm for barley, and that's it. That's us finished. We're done sowing. We've no reseeding to do or anything like that planned as such. So this will be the last bit of sowing until October. End of September. So yeah, it's not too bad either. We didn't have a lot of winter crops this year now, or a lot of spring crops, sorry. We mainly winter, and I think next winter we're going to try a bit of mint hill, especially if diesel prices are still the same way. And we'll probably hold off. We're going to try save some homestead seed as well, get it dressed and done at home as well, instead of buying it in. Try save a few quid. And yeah, that's basically it then. Sure, that's it for the for now. That's the sowing done, so then we'll have to go back to spraying and fertilising, and of course grass isn't too long away either.
Show me how to lie, you're getting better all the time, and turning all against one is an art that's hard to teach. Another clever word sets off an unsuspecting herd, and as you step back in the line, a mob jumps to their feet. Now dance, fucker, dance, man, he never had a chance, and no one even knew it was really only you. And now you steal away, take him out today. Nice work you did, you're gonna go fuck it, with 1,000 lies and a good disguise. Hit 'em right between the eyes, hit 'em right between the eyes. When you walk away, nothing more to say. See the lightning in your eyes, see 'em running for their lives. Strolling out a line and drifting closer in your sight, so play it out, I'm wide awake. It's a scene about me. There's something in your way, and now someone is gonna pay. And if you can't get what you want, well, it's all because of me. Now dance, fucker, dance, man, I never had a chance, and no one even knew it was really only you. And now you lead the way, show the light of day. Nice work you did, you're gonna go fuck it, with 1,000 lies and a good disguise. Hit 'em right between the eyes, hit 'em
Right, first field done, and most as well, not most of it, sorry, about 4 acres probably done of this one. Lovely bird. But yeah, not as much drying out today as I thought. It's sort of clouded over, and I tell you one thing, it's very cold. So anyway, it won't stop us now. So this is our last field. Spring barley is in good conditions. I'd be happy enough. Later than you'd probably like. I think last year we had, geez, I'm not sure, but we're definitely 2 weeks behind last year, sowing wise. But yeah, look, it's sowing down relatively well. Oh, excuse me, sowing down relatively well. Still plenty of dust on the dried stuff back. You can't see through that at all. Over there, the little Amazon disc. So I got the drone up there. There was a little bolt holding the little. I'll show you after the ridge. I don't know, whatever it is. I'll show you after. Like stop a ridge. It just sheared, and it kind of the ridge thing is laying down. So I just have it tied up there at the moment. It's not making any issues, so it's not too bad. It's only have to drill out the hole, or drill out the bolt, and it's the second time I've actually had to replace it now. Drill it out, rebore, or rebore, and put a new bolt in. The body of this field now done. We're just going to start the headland, so we do 5 runs of the headland. This field goes into an awkward out bit of a corner, real short, twisty, and just generally not a nice one to work in. So we got done, so we're going to do 5 cuts of the headland now. So I start in the opposite side I want to finish, and that will mean I finish over there, right at the gap. So Dad just runs the headlands first with the disc. Ideally you'd use the grubber, but we don't have it, so we're using the disc. It does a good job. So ground's nice and fluffy anyway, so it's not too bad. One or two, well, there was a wet spot, I think it's just here. You can kind of see it there, the darker bit of the side. Just a bit of a wet spot. Tram line generally goes there, water sits in it, you know, yourself. So yeah, that's it now, sown down very well. So we'll be back here tomorrow now and roll it, and then we'll get back pretty quick to put the fertiliser on it as well and get it up and going, and then a bit of nitrogen on top of that then, and that'll be it finished. Weed spray, fungicide, head spray, and that'll be that. So we'll try keep costs relatively low because spring barley isn't overly profitable crop, shall we say. You need to get a good yield, so like say now you got 2.67 tonne of spring barley now generally, be the run of the mill. Remember one year we got 3 tonne, but sure, it was as flat as a pancake and it took 4 days to cut. So yeah, anyway, we're going to start here now. That's fitting up the roller. For the roller here, a good roller. I have the roller here actually, yeah, but that means I have to take it off. We'll see what happens. I might come back anyway tomorrow. And that's it. The planting finished. So got all our spring barley in, our spring peas, and our spring beans, and our spring oats. All in. Bear in mind we have a lot now. We have a lot of winter barley, a lot of winter wheat, and some winter oats. But it's primarily winter barley and winter wheat then. So yeah, anyway, all in, conditions came good. It was a struggle at the start, but we might have a quick look at our first of our barley when we get back. But yeah, so do 5 runs on the headland, plenty of seed left. Well, there's probably 4 or 5 bags left in there anyway. Clean that out, and yeah, We'll get back here fairly sharpish now. We have to roll it maybe tomorrow or Wednesday or Thursday. And then there's a bit of spraying to be done, a bit of fertiliser, which we're probably going to see that. Today's Tuesday, so it's still tomorrow to video, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. Don't really know, don't really plan, just go with the flow. So far anyway, we got a bit of sowing done. We moved the calves. Probably have to give the big bullocks a shift now later on. When I get back, I'll just have a big gander. They've been in a week in it now today, so we'll see how they get on. And yeah, grass growth's very slow still, but look, it's starting to heat up. And yeah, things are starting to look up, apart from the diesel price. That's going, well, that is looking up in the wrong direction. But yeah, so we're not long now away from grass and all the other fun bits that go with it. So yeah, but that's it for drilling, spring drilling 26. So I'll give the boys a shift now. They've been in there now just a week, and they've loads of grass in this paddock now. The first one just starting to come back again, though it's not overly hectic, but with good temperatures there, it should come back quick enough. So it's a nice bit of grass here. They should graze it down anyway well enough. So yeah, we go move them here now. Ringworm is getting slightly better, shall we say. Now, all going in. Right, they'll be happy out in there now. Yeah, you see that lad there now, see the ringworm? Hopefully the sun will take that away. But they grazed this down well enough. So they did. It's not too bad. This was, I think that's the biggest paddock, so they should have hopefully get the next Thursday maybe out there with a bit of luck. So mowing away here, earliest I think I've ever had the mowers on, that is for sure. So it's not heavy, it's just a bit of reseeded ground, tidying it up again there, and to let out calves on. So there'll be way too much grass to let the out calves out on this here, and I know it's fresh grass seed, but I'm going to mow it off, and I'm going to still let them out here anyway, so it should be alright like. So it's a little bit on it now. Would have loved to leave it maybe another 2 weeks, but there's a bit of a job we have to do out here as well, so the grass had to come off for that too. So anyways, we get it mowed off here, and there's a couple of bales. To be honest, I'd say now I have 2 bits of fields to sort of mow off here, and if there's 50 bales between the two, you'd be happy. So first the silage, grand to get the smell again. It's actually, I thought it'd be a lot worse, to be honest. I'm not cutting it overly low because I didn't get to roll this either, so and I haven't changed the blades because there's a reason why I'm mowing these 2 bits first, and that is because if I hit a stone, I'm not going to lose brand new blades. So we'll do the blades after we go up to first cut, so we'll see what happens here. But I'm tidying it up anyway, and then we want to get fenced and yeah, fenced and water, and then ready for calves out here. So yeah, not too bad. Right, so I'm clearing this off. Up until about a few days ago, you couldn't drive in here. And I wanted to clear the oats out of it, so I should have put slurry on it there, looking back, but I got the orders to clean it off now anyway, so that's just all we're going to do. So there might only be 15-20 bales on it here, but if there is, it's not too bad. We'll get a good second coat and a fairly decent third coat off it as well. So the main thing is the grass is all here, but as you can see from tracks behind me, it's still damp enough in spots, so I want to just cut it off. It'll also give it a chance just to dry out a little bit more. Some spots of grass are real good, some spots are real poor. There's a lot of stones in it as well. That's partly why I'm mowing it off now before I change all the blades. So yeah, like here is a good crop of grass, and then it goes into a poor crop, and then pour up this end. It's better down this end now than it is the other end, but yeah, mowers are on. Nice to get a little trial run now before we get into the real swing of things. It'll be another few weeks before we're cutting, at least another 2 weeks anyway, before we're absolutely flat out cutting silage. So yeah, nice to get a little trial run, but want to get slurry back out on this fairly quick, and I want to get it rolled as well. So that's more the reason why we're mowing it off as well, just to get it cleared up and done. But is it ideal? Absolutely not. Like there's not a lot there. I'd be like Pat now mowing the forage rye. There's probably more on it than there is here. But yeah, look, it'll be alright to get tidied up, and we'll have a decent second coat and a third coat off it as well. So won't panic just yet. But there is nice bits of grass, a few bare spots, so we have to come back and touch them up. But it's just where either I missed or no, water didn't really lie on this end. So anyways, won't panic. Right, we have that finished now. Look, there's not much on it, but it's clean, it's tidy, it'll get a roll, it'll get slurry. There'll be a decent crop of haylage off it then after this. So am I disappointed in it? Yeah, probably, but sure, look, it was too wet to do anything else with. And if I put slurry on it now, I just probably have a crop of oats, and I didn't really want that either. So look, it is what it is. I did want more, but look, could be a lot worse. Could be always worse. So the barley's looking well here. It's to get a couple of units of nitrogen. I was supposed to go out today, but just it turned too windy in the end, so I'll get out in the morning and do that, and then we'd be back in here spraying. It needs a growth reg, and I think it's getting a bit of a fungicide. It's basically clean, but it has to get a little bit of a fungicide, so we'll do that while we're going through it. And yeah, that's it then. So that's the start of the silage for this year anyway. So first the silage. Will it be a lot of bales? No. Will it make sure everything's working correctly before things get busy? Absolutely yes. I milled a couple of stones in there, so the blades are all going to have to be changed. And yeah, could be better, but it could be a lot worse.